Bigherc916, positivity, motivation. You know how we do it over here. Never settle for average. Go to Bigherc916.com, pick you up some merch, represent, and holler at me if you're trying to pick up some art. I got art for sale on the website, or you can have a piece commissioned personally, and I'll make it happen for you. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share the channel. We're about to get down with some story time with Bigherc. You know, I've been reading out of Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars for you guys, lacing you up on some stuff that you're not aware of, because a lot of you guys do a lot of assuming. And with all the other stuff on the internet, there's enough entertainment, there's enough people talking about bullshit, gossip, and just things of no real importance. I want to share something now to get you thinking, because I feel that the more knowledge you have about how things really work, maybe you can change your behavior, and together we can shift the paradigm of the universe to create a more conscious humanity, which in the greater good will elevate everybody, since we all are connected. Now, Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars, I'm going to talk about the economic model. Economics as a social energy science has as a first objective the description of the complex way in which any given unit of resources is used to satisfy some economic want. Lentif matrix. That's in parentheses. This first objective, when it is extended to get the most product from the least or limited resources, compromises that objective of general military and industrial logistics known as operations research. Parentheses, C simplex method or linear programming. The Harvard Economic Research Project, 1948, was an extension of World War II operations research. Its purpose was to discover the science of controlling an economy. At first, the American economy, and then the world economy. It was felt that with sufficient mathematical foundation and data, it would be nearly as easy to predict and control the trend of an economy as to predict and control the trajectory of a projectile. Such has proven to be the case. Moreover, the economy has been transformed into a guided missile on target. The immediate aim of the Harvard project was to discover the economic structure, what forces change that structure, how the behavior of structure can be predicted, and how it can be manipulated. What was needed was a well-organized knowledge of the mathematical structures and interrelationships of investment, production, distribution, and consumption. To make a short story of it all, it was discovered that an economy obeyed the same laws as electricity, and that all the mathematical theory and practical and computer know-how developed for the electric field could be directly applied in the study of economics. This discovery was not openly declared, and its more subtle implications were and are kept as closely guarded secret. For the example, that in an economic model, human life is measured in dollars, and that the electric spark generated when opening a switch connected to an active inductor is mathematically analogous to the initiation of a war. The greatest hurdle which theoretical economists face was the accurate description of the household as an industry. This is a challenge because consumer purchases are a matter of choice, which in turn is influenced by income, price, and other economic factors. This hurdle was cleared in an indirect and statistically approximate way by an application of shock testing to determine the current characteristics called current technical coefficients of a household industry. Finally, because problems in theoretical economics can be translated very easily into problems in theoretical electronics and a solution translated back again, it follows that only a book of language translation and concept definition needed to be written for economics. The remainder could be gotten from standard works on mathematics and electronics. This makes the publication of books on advanced economics unnecessary and greatly simplifies project security. What do you guys think of that? What do you think of that? Wouldn't you say that over the last 3 years, they ran some economic tests on society, playing with the food, having lines in the grocery store telling you which way to walk, not allowing certain things to be sold over the counter as far as health products, trying to limit access to certain types of supplements. It's bigger, man. It's bigger than what you think, but you gotta think. Why do you think they want all the confusion? You don't know if up is down is up. You don't know if a man is woman, woman is man. You don't know white is black, black is white. When they come to that, that's when they feel that they have fulfilled their ultimate objective. Because 2 plus 2 don't equal 4 no more. It equals 5. It's all about control. And it's all about utilizing humans as conductors and an economic resource for the matrix. I'm not here talking about legal advice. I'm not here telling you what you should or shouldn't do. I'm just sharing information and spitballing off the top of my head with some of this game that I just read for you guys, sharing what I see. Let me know what you see from it. What do you gather from what I've read so far over the last couple videos? I told you there's a couple books that you guys really go pick up and start reading so you can have a more in-depth knowledge. And you know, I'm not going to sit here and tell you how to, do something that's going to immediately change your life. But the more conscious you are, you can make the change yourself, and maybe, change the life of your children or the people around you so you guys can make better choices in life. Creature of Jekyll Island. Check this out.
This is Jekyll Island, where in 1910, representatives from the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, Morgans, and other private bankers gathered secretly to draft the legislation that would create the Federal Reserve. I found it revealing that in the same year the Federal Reserve was founded, 1913, the Internal Revenue Service was also established. An income tax was then instigated so you and I would have to pay the politicians' debt plus interest to the bankers.
The problem is we have a privately owned central bank system in the United States disguised as a government-owned system. Now, if you look in the telephone book here in the Washington, D.C. area, you look up for Federal Reserve in the blue government pages, it's not there. It's in the white pages right next to Federal Express. It's a privately owned central bank.
Central banks are banking cartels which have gone into partnership with the respective governments in the countries where they operate. And they've been given monopolistic power over the creation of the nation's money supply.
Yeah, so a lot of you guys probably thought the Federal Reserve was part of the government, huh? Had no idea. They don't teach this in college. They don't teach it in high school. They don't teach it in middle school. You just go through and assume stuff, have no idea what the hell is going on and why they have certain institutions that sound like they're government related, but they're totally private. Hey man, I'm just spitting some game. Bigherc916 story time. Officially, I only got one real spanking my entire life. My mom did the best a 14-year-old could do, raising me with love and instilling values that will last a lifetime. I was a straight A student and lived to make her happy. So how did I go astray? A horrible stepdad that stole my self-worth and invoked fear turned me into a person that I struggled to overcome. From skateboarding to selling drugs, gang banging in juvenile hall, I got caught the same way many young promising men get caught up. I struggled to find my identity, getting mixed up in shootouts, crime, and the adult entertainment industry. This roller coaster continued as I juggled college, hustling, and Hollywood, eventually catching a federal bank robbery case. I found redemption in prison while serving a 120-month federal sentence and came out a man on a mission. I became a social media influencer with over 500 million views on YouTube and a life coach mentoring people all over the world. This is my journey against all odds. What?